The forgotten spice that awakens the body. What if I told you that a forgotten spice smaller than your thumbnail could stir life back into your body and awaken an erection in just 60 seconds? That no matter your age, your pills, or your past disappointments, one bite could begin restoring the very strength you thought was gone for good. I know that sounds unbelievable, but stay with me because what I'm about to share could change everything. My name is Dr. Aska. I've spent over 3 decades helping men over 60 regain what the years and the system have quietly stolen from them: confidence, circulation, vitality, and the ability to feel like a man again. Not through expensive prescriptions, not through gimmicks, but by unlocking what the body still remembers when you give it the right tools. And here's the twist: the solution isn't a new breakthrough or some high-tech gadget. It's a spice that's been hiding in plain sight. One your ancestors used before intimacy, and science now confirms works better than anyone imagined. The irony? You've probably walked past it in your kitchen 100 times, never knowing what it could do, what one clove can do in just 60 seconds. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how chewing this one spice for just 60 seconds can open your blood vessels, lower the stress that's crushing your testosterone, fight gum disease that blocks circulation, and help you sleep deeper so your hormones recover naturally. I'll guide you step by step, and I promise by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to use it and what to expect in your first 7, 14, and 30 days. Before we dive into this powerful method, take a moment to subscribe and tap the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of the natural health tools I create specifically for men like you. And if this message speaks to you, just type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0 so I know how to serve you better. Alright, let's begin. With the heart of this discovery, because none of it works without understanding what makes this tiny spice so powerful. The secret lies in a natural compound hidden inside each clove, and it's called eugenol. This one ingredient is the reason your blood starts flowing, your vessels start relaxing, and your body begins to respond like it used to, maybe even better. Let me explain how it works. Eugenol, the secret compound. I'll never forget the first time I had a patient look me in the eye and say, "Doc, I just want to feel like myself again." He wasn't talking about abs or running marathons. He was talking about intimacy, confidence, strength, the quiet kind of strength a man carries when his body still responds like it should. That's what led me to explore natural alternatives. And that's when I kept coming back to one powerful compound, eugenol. Eugenol is found in high concentrations inside cloves. And when you chew a clove, just 1 or 2, the oils that are released contain this remarkable substance. But eugenol doesn't just sit in your mouth. It enters your bloodstream through the mucous membranes almost immediately. What it does next is where the magic begins. Eugenol acts as a vasodilator. That means it helps your blood vessels relax and open, especially the narrow, stubborn ones that feed your sexual organs. After 60, those vessels tend to stiffen and lose flexibility. That's why blood doesn't flow the way it used to. Eugenol works like a natural massage for your arteries, gently opening the pathways and allowing blood to move freely again. Not forced, not artificial, just a reawakening of what your body once did effortlessly. A natural boost without side effects. What makes this even more powerful is that eugenol stimulates the production of nitric oxide, the same compound those little blue pills try to mimic. But this isn't chemistry, it's biology. And it's happening naturally, without the side effects, the headaches, or the crash afterward. Many men describe a gentle warmth, a sense of circulation returning within minutes. It's subtle but powerful. And if that's what just one compound can do, wait until you hear what this spice does to the stress that's been quietly killing your testosterone for years, why erections get weaker after 60, and how Clove fights back. I've had countless men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s come into my office, eyes down, voice low, whispering the same thing: it's just not working like it used to. And I always tell them, it's not a personal failure. It's not shameful. It's biology. As we age, the small blood vessels that support erections begin to narrow and stiffen. They lose their elasticity. Years of stress, processed foods, inflammation, and lack of movement start to take their toll. The result? Blood doesn't flow like it used to. And without that surge of blood, an erection simply can't happen. But here's the part most doctors never say out loud: those changes are not permanent. They are reversible. That's where Clove comes in and why it's such a powerful ally for older men. Remember that compound we just talked about, eugenol? It's not only relaxing your blood vessels, it's also helping to restore flexibility to the inner walls of those vessels. Think of it like cleaning out a rusty pipe and making it smooth again. The blood starts to flow easier, more fully, and where it needs to go. Some of my patients have told me that after just a couple weeks of using this method daily, they woke up with morning erections for the first time in years. Not because of a pill, not because of a miracle, but because their circulation finally had a chance to work again. That's the beauty of this natural method. It doesn't force your body. It simply gives it permission to return to its original design. How to do the 60-second Clove method, step by step. The best solutions are often the simplest ones. And this method I'm about to share, has helped so many of my older patients feel like themselves again. No prescriptions, no awkward doctor visits, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Just a small, intentional act you can do right in your kitchen. And the beauty of it takes only 1 minute. Here's exactly how I tell my patients to do it. Take 2 or 3 whole cloves. Not the powdered kind, but whole dried cloves. Ideally organic, but any good quality clove will do. Place them between your molars, the back teeth where your chewing is strongest. Slowly bite down until you feel them crack open. And here's the key: don't rush. Let the oils coat your tongue and mouth. Breathe through your nose. Stay relaxed. For the first 30 seconds, just hold those broken pieces in your mouth. Let your saliva mix with the oils. You might feel a strong warm sensation. It's intense, yes, but that's a good sign. It means the eugenol is being absorbed through the sensitive membranes inside your mouth, heading straight into your bloodstream. Then slowly begin chewing, not forcefully, just enough to fully break the clove down. Keep it in your mouth for another 30 seconds, working the oils through your saliva. That's it. You can either swallow the remnants or spit them out. Both are fine. What makes this method so effective is how fast it gets to work. Some men say they feel the difference within minutes. Their head clears. They feel more present, more grounded in their body. But chewing cloves isn't just about blood flow and energy. It also unlocks something most men over 60 desperately need, and probably don't even realize they're missing. Let's talk about that next. When to use the technique for best results. One of the questions I get all the time, usually after a man has tried the Clove method for the first time and felt that unmistakable warmth, is, when should I use it to get the best results? And the truth is, timing can make all the difference. Like anything powerful, it's not just about doing it, it's about when you do it. Think of this as tuning an instrument. You want everything in harmony: your hormones, your nervous system, your blood flow. For many of my patients, the evening is the golden hour. About an hour before bed, when the day winds down and the mind starts to settle, chewing cloves at that time helps relax the nervous system and primes your body for better sleep. And that's not just about rest. Deep, restorative sleep is when your body produces the most testosterone. That's your foundation. Nighttime use sets the stage for the next day: better energy, clearer focus, and yes, stronger morning erections. But don't overlook the morning either. Using this method first thing on an empty stomach helps jumpstart circulation and sets a calm but alert tone for your day. Some men like to use it before workouts or walks. Others prefer it before intimacy, 30 to 45 minutes beforehand, for that added sense of presence, connection, and stamina. The key is to listen to your body. Stay consistent. Daily use builds momentum over time. This is not a one-time trick. It's a daily investment in your vitality, and if you're wondering how such a simple act can lead to such profound changes, it helps to understand what might be holding your body back in the first place. There's one silent force most men never suspect, and it's been robbing you of your strength from the inside out. Let's expose it next, but that's just the beginning. Let's talk about stress. I can't tell you how many good men I've sat across from. Men who eat well, stay active, even follow all the right advice, but still feel like something's off. Their energy is flat. Their desire fades in and out. And when it comes to intimacy, their bodies just don't respond the way they used to. That's when I ask them one question: how's your stress? The room usually gets quiet. They sigh. And then I hear the truth: worries about money, health, marriage, aging. It's a heavy load. And most don't realize just how much that silent pressure is destroying their masculinity from the inside out. You see, chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, a hormone that's supposed to help you in moments of danger, not stay elevated all day, every day. But in today's world, most men over 60 are living in a near constant state of tension. And here's the cruel part: cortisol and testosterone can't coexist at high levels. When one goes up, the other crashes. That means the more stress you carry, the less testosterone your body makes, and the weaker your sexual response becomes. This is where Clove becomes more than just a circulation booster. It actually helps regulate the stress response. The compound beta-caryophyllene, found in cloves, binds to receptors in the brain that signal safety and calm. In just minutes, you may feel a release in your chest, a clarity in your mind, a letting go of pressure that's been building for years. And as cortisol lowers, testosterone can finally rise again, naturally, without force. You may start feeling more like yourself, without even realizing the shift at first. But it's real, and there's another powerful benefit that comes from this stress relief, one that works quietly while you sleep. And it might just be the missing piece in your hormone recovery. Let's talk about that next. Chewing cloves equals better sleep equals more testosterone. If there's one thing I've seen time and again with my older patients, it's this: the moment sleep starts to fall apart, everything else begins to unravel. You can eat well, exercise, take every supplement under the sun, but if your sleep is broken, your hormones don't stand a chance. That's because most of your testosterone, your repair work, your healing happens at night, specifically during deep, uninterrupted REM sleep. But how many men over 60 actually get that kind of rest anymore? So many tell me they lie awake at 2 a.m. staring at the ceiling, mind racing. Or they fall asleep fast but wake up several times a night, never feeling fully rested. And then they wonder why their energy is low, why desire feels like a memory, or why they just can't get going the way they used to. The answer, more often than not, is poor quality sleep. That's where cloves come in. Not just as a circulatory aid, but as a powerful ally for the nervous system. The compounds in cloves, especially eugenol and beta-caryophyllene, don't just relax the blood vessels. They also calm the part of your brain that regulates your sleep cycle. When chewed in the evening, about an hour before bed, cloves help ease you into a deeper, more stable sleep. Many men tell me they start dreaming again. They wake up with more clarity, more energy, and more often than not, with stronger morning erections. That's not a coincidence. That's testosterone doing its job again. So if you've been struggling to feel rested or wondering why your drive and edge have faded, start paying attention to how you sleep. Because improving that one area can send a ripple of healing through your whole system. But cloves don't stop there. What if I told you that even your gums, the health of your mouth, could be secretly damaging your erection strength? Let's uncover that surprising link next. Gum disease could be destroying your erections. Cloves fix that too. It might sound strange at first, but I've seen it too many times to ignore. A man walks into my office complaining of low energy, weak erections, and no clear explanation for why. His blood pressure looks fine, his labs are decent. But then I ask one simple question: how's your dental health? And that's when the truth comes out: bleeding gums, receding gum lines, bad breath that won't go away. Most men never imagine that what's happening in their mouth could be affecting what's happening in their bedroom. But the science is clear. It's all connected. Your mouth is a gateway to your circulatory system. When you have gum disease, whether you notice it or not, bacteria from your mouth enter your bloodstream. They travel through your body, creating silent inflammation that damages the very blood vessels responsible for erections. It's like trying to run water through a hose that's filled with mud. The pressure might be there, but nothing gets through cleanly. Studies have even shown that men with advanced gum disease are up to 70% more likely to experience erectile dysfunction. That's not a coincidence. That's biology. Now here's where cloves become more than just a helpful spice. They become a daily detox. Clove oil is one of nature's most powerful natural antiseptics. When you chew whole cloves, those antibacterial compounds go to work immediately. They begin neutralizing the harmful bacteria in your mouth before they can ever reach your bloodstream. It's fast, effective, and you can feel it working, sometimes with just a single chew. It's one of the simplest yet most overlooked steps in restoring full body health. And when your mouth is clean, your blood flows cleaner too. But now that your vessels are opening, your hormones are climbing, and your system's running smoother, what should you expect next? Let me walk you through what happens week by week. Once you commit to this powerful habit, what to expect in 7, 14, and 30 days. One of the most encouraging parts of working with older men is watching their expressions change over time. I'll never forget one man in his late 60s. He came to me tired, skeptical, and embarrassed about what he'd lost. We started the Clove method together, and I asked him to stay consistent for just 1 month. After 1 week, he called and said, "Doc, something's happening. I feel more awake in the mornings." That was just the beginning. In the first 7 days, most men notice subtle shifts: a warm sensation in the body, a clearer head, slightly deeper sleep, a little more motivation to move or take a walk. It's not dramatic, but it's there. And it's the signal your body is beginning to respond. By day 14, things often pick up. Energy increases. Mornings feel different, more alert. Sometimes with the return of something you haven't felt in years: spontaneous morning erections. It's not magic. It's circulation coming back online, and testosterone starting to whisper again. By day 30, many men tell me they feel like a different person. Not only do their erections return with greater consistency and strength, but their confidence shifts. They carry themselves differently. Their wives or partners notice. Even if intimacy hasn't fully resumed yet, the connection, the emotional presence, starts to rebuild, and that's the real goal: to feel like yourself again. To live in a body that feels alive, not stalled or shut down. But remember, this is just the beginning. Because once you unlock this strength, the real question becomes, how do you hold on to it and protect it for years to come? In our final message, let's talk about how to turn this simple habit into a lasting foundation for lifelong vitality. Conclusion: the strength you've been waiting to feel again. I've spent over 30 years sitting with men just like you. Men who quietly carry the weight of fading energy, lost confidence, and the fear that their best days might be behind them. But I promise you this: they're not. This one simple habit, chewing a few cloves for 60 seconds, can do more than just improve blood flow. It calms your nerves, restores deep sleep, reignites testosterone, and even cleans your mouth to protect your heart and your manhood. I've watched it wake up circulation, bring back desire, and most importantly, bring men back to themselves. If you've made it this far, your body is already asking for change. And now you know what to give it. The decision is yours. Keep hoping for a miracle, or start building one with your own hands. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Start tonight. And let your strength return, one day at a time.